reject, 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 reject.
Namaskar. When I was a very young girl and growing up in a small town, a redneck town, I was called many names. I was made fun of. I was hurt constantly. And even in my yearbook, I was put under factory reject. This went on up until I was in college. And so I thought I was no good because people would call me these names and I never understood it. So I ended up hating myself because I thought, no, Krishna's no good. And then I became a flight attendant, a stewardess, and that's when I met Baba. And I noticed that one of my flight attendants that I flew with, she was always happy, and I couldn't understand. And I asked her, why? Why are you this way? And she said she took transcendental meditation with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And she said she loved herself. So I was shocked, I didn't know you could really love yourself. I just always put myself down. But after meeting Baba, I started to love myself. He taught me this. And that's why I'm always so grateful to Baba for his love, his kindness, and his understanding of me. And that he would take the time for this young girl, and he helped me so much. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. When I looked up the meaning for factory reject, this is what it said. Factory reject is considered second rate, unacceptable, or not good enough. Something that is denied, refused, or returned. This can make one feel shame, sadness, or grief because of not being respected by others. So by the teachers and the staff letting this be printed in our yearbook, it caused a lot of unhappiness throughout my life and probably throughout the others that were on the same page as I was. The morning that we were going to have our photos taken for our yearly annual at the school, I woke up very happy. I had braided my own hair in what we call pigtails, and I smiled really big for the camera that day. About a month later, the yearbooks came out. And when I went to school, people were laughing and pointing at me and making fun, and I didn't know why. And then when I got my annual, I opened it, and I saw my photo there with all the other people on the page. And I was so embarrassed. I didn't really know what it meant, and I had to later find out, but I knew that it was not good. And I'm sure the other people felt the same. During those school years, because I went to a school that was from the grade 1 through 12, and the college was on the campus too, they were all together. And so by this being printed with my photo, I was called factory reject up until college. Also, I was made fun of because I had full-size lips, and this is something everybody wants now. But at that age, I had a small face and my lips were big, and they used to circle me the kids in the playground and call me big lips, nigger lips, big lips, nigger lips. And so for years I quit smiling because I was afraid that my lips would get bigger. And these are some of the problems that we face as children and that we have to get over. And luckily we'll have somebody that will be strong for us or that will be kind to us like Baba was to me, and it helped me. But without Baba, I don't know what would have happened. Have you ever felt misunderstood or blamed for actions you didn't do? From an early age, being me has not been that easy. Don't get me wrong, I've not been perfect, and I've made many mistakes over the years. I've always danced to a different drum, played to my own tune, and have gotten into trouble over and over again. One reason I decided to make this video is for those who are fighting the good and evil like me, believing angry or negative words that were thrown at them. I've understood one should think twice before saying snide, harmful remarks to a child. It's a mistake if you think they don't understand or they're not affected by them. Children may carry this burden all their lives. As these terrible words began to root deeply in my subconscious mind, my creativity and personal struggles were at war. Sometimes, even to this day, it rears its ugly head and I doubt my worthiness. Since I can't go back to the beginning and delete what happened, I can only move forward to change the end results. Yes, it's taken lots of time to disconnect from this over half my life. I finally had to take responsibility for the role that I played in my own suffering. Even now, my warrior heart can frequently push the wrong buttons in others. This may occur when I speak bluntly but truthfully. I'm like a mirror. While others look at me, they see their own reflection of good or bad. As I've grown older, I tend to spend more time alone, enjoying my own company and meditating on Baba. This is another incident where people made a lot of fun of me. I used to be a tomboy when I was young, and I liked to climb trees, and I loved to run. And one day I was playing with my sister, and I fell, and I broke my 2 front teeth. The next day, when I went to school, many children started calling me Snaggletooth, Snaggletooth, Snaggletooth. And this was really, really hurtful to me. So the smile kept getting smaller and the pain kept coming. But now I wonder that if it hadn't been for all these incidents, if maybe I wouldn't have met Baba. So I can really be thankful to these people that put me down. And even to this day, there's some that put me down. So when they do, the more I get pushed downward, the more I want to climb higher and stand taller for my belief in Baba and his belief in me. There's an old saying that if you threw your lot, your life, onto a table with everyone else's, would you take back your own? I most certainly would. Thank you. Over the years, whenever I have shared about my experiences and being put down or people calling me different names, I was told that they were just jealous, that I should not take it to heart and I should just move on. But I was a very sensitive girl, and so these things really bothered me. There's a saying that beauty is not on the outside, beauty is on the inside, and when you love yourself. Many times people told me that I looked good and that I was beautiful. I could turn heads, but inside I was not happy. And that's where it really matters the most. You have to love yourself. And when you love yourself, then you can love others. Thankfully, these same problems turned into a motivating factor to try and be the best version of myself. Meeting Baba gave me this strength and also the courage to make this change. I was now representing his love and faith in me and not others' negative opinions. If there's not a Baba in your life, there could be that person who you trust or who believes in you that can bring about this change. There's a saying, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. But if you look at what you don't, you'll never have enough. So remember, we're all faced with opportunities disguised as impossible situations. I want to share with you an experience that happened with Swami Muktananda. This took place at Gurudev Siddhapit Ashram here in India. I stayed for 7 years with Baba, and I first met Baba 49 years ago in Houston, Texas, 1975. One morning, I was doing seva in the ladies' meditation hall, Matra Mandir. As I was working, my mind wandered back to some feelings of hurt from childhood and painful messages that I had been replaying in my mind. All of a sudden, I felt a surge of energy, a change in the room. As I turned, I saw Baba standing there, watching me intently. It was just me and Baba, and I felt he could read my mind. I was taken aback, really, because I thought, here I am in the meditation hall, and I'm having these negative thoughts. So I rushed up to him, and I said very strongly, Baba, Baba, Krishna's no good. Krishna's no good. Baba looked at me a little surprised because I had never spoken to him in this way. I said, Krishna's bad, Baba. She's no good. And Baba looked at me very sweetly and he said, no, Krishna, no. Krishna's good. Krishna's good. And I said, no, Baba, I'm not. And he kind of smiled and he put his hand on my shoulder because there were tears streaming down my face. he said, Krishni, you do Guru Om, Guru Om. You repeat Guru Om. And I looked up at him and I said with much feeling, Baba, I do Guru Om. I've been doing it. Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om. And it's doing me no good. And Baba kind of laughed and he said, No, Krishni. He said, Baba's here now. You do Guru Om. And don't worry. Everything will be all right. And then he turned to leave. And as he left, I could see a smile on his face. So throughout the years, I go back to what Baba said, and I make it a priority in my life to do my mantra and to repeat what my Guru's direct command to me was. He always said that when you do japa, that after a while, the mantra will start to repeat itself. And I found this to be true. Many times I'll wake up at night and I'll be saying in my mind, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om. Or there'll be times, even now, when I feel hurt or let down and I go back to feeling sorry for myself. That's what I remember. I must recall Baba's words to me and what he said so lovingly. Krishna is good. You do Guru Om, you do Guru Om. So I wanted to share this experience to let you know that the mantra and japa does work. And I am very grateful to Baba. Dhanyavad. Thank you, Baba. Jai Gurudev. Now, after meeting Baba, I can finally look at this page from my yearbook with forgiveness and love for that little girl, Krishni. Life is a stage, and each person is your own being. Don't hesitate to play the character you wish to play. You only have this present life, and it goes by so fast. One thing is very certain for me. Baba's influence on my life was profound. In textbook terms, or even in others' eyes, I was never the perfect disciple, but I loved him with all my heart. Everything I was looking for as that small girl, I found within because of Baba's grace. As you listen to my words, I'm hoping you'll be inspired to find your own inner selves much sooner than me. I truly feel that if it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone. It can happen to you too. Drink your own nectar of love. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.